What's going on, guys? I'm here to bring you guys some new SCUM quality of life updates. Very excited to bring it to you. A lot of new things have been added since our last video, so let's go ahead and get straight into it. By the way, about over 95% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel. Please go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you want to get notified when I drop my next videos, and hit that notification bell so that you can see those videos when I drop them. Anyway, let's get straight into it. Quality of life additions. This is a quick one real quick. Changed weights of electricity generators. Broadhead arrows do not deal damage to base building elements anymore. As far as this, this is fine. This is kind of lame. I'm not gonna lie. Broadhead arrows, look, I think that they should still let them do damage, personally, but do a ridiculously reduced amount of damage. I think any kind of arrow, projectile, melee type weapon, all that stuff should do damage. Let's be real. I mean, if it's gonna go through, some board or something like that, that's damage, right? So I think they should leave it in there. Obviously, some people probably exploit trying to get into people's bases, like doing like an arrow over and over and over again. They're probably trying to stop that because arrows were so easy to make, or maybe find them. But I think they need to fix that, but whatever. Let's go on. Let's keep going. Next part of the update here. This is the exciting stuff right here. It is over here on July 6th. So I'm going to show it to you real quick. This is awesome. Burning damage. Okay, so they teased it a bit, and it's here. In addition to metabolism system and other things you'll need to be careful of, you can now get burn damage. So do not expect you can pull stuff like this off anymore. I think that, obviously they're trying to go for the most advanced survival sim out there as far as I understand. And, you can't stay too close to fire without getting burned or start having your skin melt, okay? So I think this is good, but I think that I hope it's not too much. If you're sitting around a campfire, I don't know, many of you may have been around campfire in your life. You're going to start getting pretty toasty, and you might need to start taking some layers off and stuff like that. But I think if they make it too extreme, it's going to be really annoying when you're trying to like cook food or, just get warm in general. So I think that if they do it the right way, I think this is good. We'll have to test it and see ourselves to see what we think of it in game. I know they did a little hotfix for it, so we'll see. But depending on the heat source temperature and length of your exposure, you'll get burn wounds accordingly. These wounds can also spread quickly, so if you're not careful, you are in deep trouble. So as you can see, burn injuries can affect the whole body basically. And so as with other types of wounds, there are different levels of severity and symptoms you'll experience if not treated properly. C1, first degree burns, reduced dexterity stat. C2, second degree burns, reduced dexterity stat and weakness. C3, third degree burns, reduced dexterity stat, weakness, and dizziness. But do not worry, friends. We will not give you another thing you have to worry about without a means to treat it. So they've got burn gel over here. Well, that is pretty cool. So maybe you can make your own with some aloe plants. That'd be pretty sweet. Introducing burn gel. There are two, one lootable, one craftable. So like we said, that's good. When you have a burn injury, make sure to apply the gel so your wounds get into stabilization quicker. And also, since they added burn injuries, we can activate one of the weapons on the new Sentry. Good luck. So you know what that means. Some freaking s'mores, okay?
No matter how you make s'mores, make sure you make them with a Hershey bar. But you can put them together any way you like.
Look at this flamethrower action here. So that's going to be cool. A huge leap forward on the modular vehicle front. So modular vehicle damage is now complete. It's finally here, and it's huge news, they say. So needless to say, you can no longer drive your car off the cliff, and it would be fine. So that is something to keep in mind. But the vehicles now have more removable parts since more of them can now take individual damage. So Don't assume you can drive your vehicle off a cliff and you will be fine in it, they say, or fine with the vehicle. You can strip your vehicles bare and still drive them around if you want that cool breeze in your hair or want to have that apocalyptic feel to your vehicle. But keep in mind, no door, no lock. So they're showing you can drive the vehicle without doors. So that is pretty neat. And it says, be careful with your car and keep an eye out for extra parts. Another huge thing is that one step closer to bringing all the old vehicles back. So that's good news. More in the future. So, yeah, you can, again, run over puppets and other players. Rejoice.
It seems apparent that our citizens are staying off the streets, which may make scoring particularly difficult, even with this year's rule changes. To recap those revisions, women are still worth 10 points more than men in all age brackets. The big score, anyone, any sex, over 75 years old, has been upped to 100 points. As always, how fast you move determines how long you live.
And then this is freaking sweet right here. I like this. So we added a couple new items, and it shows that they've made, you can find or craft them. So there is a glass shiv. So we are in SCUM, a little prisoner aspect here. It's about time we had some shivs going on, if you know what I mean. And then it says in Prison Island, every good prison needs some shivs. So get some extra glass lying around. Now you can take care of that. So that's pretty cool. And then medium battery charger. So supposed to release on the previous patch, but unfortunately was not ready. But now it is. So you have another battery charger available for crafting. So that is pretty cool. I love the look of this. This looks really apocalyptic. I like it. It kind of has like the Geiger counter look to it a little bit. Bug fixes, I'm not going into those. But quality of life additions. So adjusted expiration rates for some ingredients. So that's interesting. Sentries will now drop killbox cards. Killbox cards can now be looted from cargo drops. Those are some risky things to do, man. If you've never done a cargo drop, well, let me tell you, there's some risk there. Server admins can now add killbox cards to trader shops. Medical lockers now guarantee at least one item, so that's really good. I'm glad to see that because those locks are pretty tough in the bunkers if you see those. Medical lockers now have antibiotics in their spawn pool, so that's neat. Those antibiotics, let me tell you guys, those things go for a pretty penny on the trader. So definitely try to stock up on those, keep some, sell some, all that good stuff.
Say my name. Heisenberg. You're goddamn right.
In game time, we'll now have a chat notification as well for the player checking the watch. Crap ammo can now damage sentries, so that's good. I mean, I would think that any ammo should be able to damage the sentries, really. Disabled the ability for players to open chat box when in minigame UI. Wooden crossbow bolts will no longer spawn in the world. So that's... I don't really know why they would remove that. I don't see the point in removing that, but... DayZ has their crossbow now in the game back in, so I don't know why they would remove it. I found on DayZ, I found my crossbow and crossbow bolts in the game, so I don't know why you guys are changing that, but that's fine. You can no longer use night vision goggles with scopes, so this is a pretty big change here. I had a little conversation with one of you guys in the comment section of one of my videos about this. You know, in the movies, like when you're seeing, like watching SEALs, you know, I'm not talking about the, you know, SeaWorld ones, but you see like the Navy SEALs or, you know, SEAL Team 6 or something like that. Contractors, all those guys have night vision and they have some kind of red dot or like a scope on their gun. Like, I would hope that they would still allow you to use some form of like a red dot magnification or like an, you know, EOTech or something like that. I get it, the, you know, vision kind of thing with the scope eye kind of situation with night vision. I get that, but I would probably add something in maybe like those lasers that you can see with night vision only. That would be pretty cool. Or make sure that you can still utilize the red dots. Maybe some other shorter mid-range magnified optics. Maybe I think that would be cool if they would keep that. So we'll have to test that and see. Added a shortcut for turning on vampire scope. Default Control N. So Control N is the default key for that. So if you want to get that sucker quick access, there you go. You can no longer add holster weapons, meaning weapons on your back, to quick access. So you're gonna have to have your quick access weapons in your backpack, not on your back, or on your clothes or something like that. So that's something that's kind of cool, I guess. Improvised startup performance of dedicated servers with large numbers of items. Adjusted the loudness of NVG activation. So maybe it's not going to be as loud. It was pretty freaking loud before, like ear piercing. So maybe they, dampened that a little bit. Also, realistically, like it was if I don't ever really know if it was like able to be heard. If you were like next to a player, could you hear them toggle it on or off? Maybe some of you know that, so leave a comment below. But if that was the case, that's a real tactical disadvantage. So maybe you guys can tell me in the comments if you noticed if that was a thing or not. But loudness reduction is probably good. Lock protection zappers now require batteries. So that seems pretty straightforward. I mean, it's electric. You don't have unless you have power in your base somehow. I would think that batteries probably be required for that. So now I'm thinking that's something to think about is now that the batteries have been reworked. So you're probably going to have to change these out, I would assume, over time, or your zapper is going to stop working. So that might be something for everyone to test out and see. Adjusted the needed skill for crafting battery chargers. So maybe that's no longer required to have like a certain engineering or like survival crafting skill or something like that. Don't quote me on that, but I'm assuming that's what that's meaning. Buying vehicle attachments on mechanic car lifts now has the same fame point limitation as buying them manually. Removed Sambor fog during daytime. Thank God. That was so annoying. So that big city, one of the big cities, they removed the fog. So in the day, that was pretty nice because that was really annoying.
Don't go out there. There's something in the mist. It took John Lee.
Screw that. I'm getting to my car.
Mister, no!
And I think they removed the ambient weird music, eerie music stuff too. So it's going to be a little bit more enjoyable trotting around there again. Also, the July 7th update increased the range for Sentry Flamethrower. So you're going to have a lot more of a fun experience running from those sentries now. They're going to make those freaking things turn you into a s'more a little bit easier. Adjusted the range from which you can get burn injuries from some heat sources. So like I mentioned, with the implementation of the burn damage, I'm hoping that they didn't make this too hardcore. So we'll have to see. So maybe they balanced it a little bit. The next thing here is a hotfix July 11th. They adjusted power consumption on all lock security items. And then this is one of the big ones here that I really like. This just dropped on a Friday here. So this one is pretty nice for some of you guys out there. It says, during the years of the journey together, they've always strived to be connected with the community as much as possible, and it worked when they were a small team with a small active community. Happily, they both grew, both you and them. This, however, started to show some cracks in the wall, became increasingly harder to keep up with some of the feedback, questions, etc., and those who answered. So they're happy to announce SCUM support ticketing system, which you can find here. So if you click on this, it'll take you over to this tab. I'll get to that in a second. But basically it's saying it allows them to organize themselves more efficiently with some more community feedback and interactions, from ban appeals, reports to feedback. And you'll still be able to communicate with the people you guys love to communicate with, etc. And you still can be involved on the Discord channel and make some reports there, I'm sure. But it's showing that you can report you can have a ban appeal, bug report, chat report, cheater report, crash report, feedback, server issues for server owners, server violations report, and technical support. So if you click on this, it'll take you to support.scumgame.com, which is this over here. So you'll be able to open a new ticket, and you'll be also able to check ticket status. So that's pretty sweet. It's a little more organized way for you to keep up with any of your own submissions, and as well as all the submissions they're getting for this game. There's a ton of stuff that needs to be adjusted, obviously. So this is a great way for you guys to feel, I think, a little more heard, a little more secure, knowing that, okay, I have a formal ticket. I have a formal ticket number and all that good stuff. Also, if you guys have ever been interested in creating your own SCUM server or other survival game servers and different games like that, make sure you use my link in the description and my coupon code MikeAlpha at checkout for GGHOST to get 50% off your first month. These guys have really great support, customer service, and a really good product, so I would like to recommend that to you guys. You get some savings there and enjoy the SCUM journey as a server owner. I think it'd be a great opportunity. So make sure you click the link in the description, like I said, and use that coupon code MikeAlpha at checkout for 50% off your first month. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button and turn on notifications so you can see the next video from me. And I appreciate you guys as always. And remember, be alpha. See you in the next video.